Welcome to Batchademia,
a podcast so educational it could be a university class.
With your hosts,
Danielle Dick McHugh,
Kim Hannah,
and Bill Henninger.
Welcome to Batchademia. We are excited to be back this week.
Woo!
Woohoo! So,
Yay!
yay! Another season 27 of The Bachelor. That's bonkers, y'all.
So wait, it's like 27 of just The Bachelor, right? It's not 27 of Bachelor franchise.
Ooh, I don't know how that works.
Used to do that.
Yeah.
Do they count like is Bachelor in Paradise? Was it like Bachelor in Paradise 7? But was that Bachelor's 26?
No,
Or
see,
were
I think
Rachel
there's been
and Nicole Gabby, were they 26 or was Clayton 26?
I'm
This
looking
is
it
a
up.
riveting conversation.
These are the questions that America needs to know.
It is an important one. It's an important question. I think that it might just be The Bachelor.
It is.
Or at least it's like Bachelor and Bachelorette. I don't think that Bachelor in Paradise is part of that.
I think
That's
it has. Yeah. I think there's been 27 seasons of just The Bachelor.
So how many do you think are left?
Like
2.
how many seasons until they are just like, we're done?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna outlive me.
You think so?
Yeah.
How long you planning to live, Bill? Because Kim thinks it's like 2 left.
Yeah. Well, you know.
How the surgery goes?
Yeah, with this knee surgery, I'm only giving myself 80% chances of making it through. So Danielle knows my love of like going under for surgery because I'm like, I just feel a lot of pressure. But once they put you under, it's like there's nothing I can do about it. It's so freeing. Yeah.
Man,
Is it a really good nap too? I feel like it would be a really good nap.
Oh yeah. It's
I've
the
never.
best,
Yeah.
It's the best sleep I've gotten in years.
We're such healthy people. We're like, I can't wait to have surgery so I can finally sleep.
I've only ever been put under when I had my wisdom teeth pulled.
And that's not like a full put under. That's like it's not like the good ride.
Yeah.
That's like,
and that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
That's like wanting to get drunk and having to do it with White Claws,
Well, I think they had to stand on my face, so it was kind of like a college brawl.
Oh, that's
General anesthesia, like the kind for surgery. That's like getting tequila drunk. It's
Been there.
Yep. It's Cabo. Go ahead, Danielle. I'm meandering on.
Well, I was gonna say that our listeners haven't heard from us for a while, so we know that Bill's having a surgery coming up. Do you want to tell us about that? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
So the bigger thing is we adopted a dog from San Diego, and I flew out to San Diego, and then I drove him home in like a day or two. So that's the big news in our house is Ernie has become part of the house, and he's a wonderful little guy. But I was walking down the stairs and not Ernie, Carlos walked in front of me and I jumped over him and I landed and my knee popped and I haven't been able to straighten my leg for about a month. And so tomorrow I have a meeting with a surgeon to see if I have to have surgery.
It's exciting stuff.
Yep. Don't get old, guys. Listeners, avoid getting old at all costs. But I do have the cane back, which I know is a fan favorite. Fans being my students, I think they really enjoy when I use it to like smack the whiteboard with it. It adds some gravitas.
You should write an article. Canes as a pedagogical tool.
I did have a student the other day be like, do you have a handicap parking? And I was like, well, a temporary one. She's like, yeah, I was walking with a friend. And I was like, that professor that limps all the time has a handicap sticker. And I was like, well, I limp because I have the cane. And she's like, obviously. It's like, okay.
Duh, Bill.
I for a while during past surgery of Bill's, like I didn't know that he'd had surgery. I just thought he had this cane. And I just thought Bill was really eccentric. I was
Yeah, I remember you. I said like, oh, I don't have to use the cane anymore. And you're like, oh, why not? And I was like, because I can walk normally. You're like, oh, you had knee surgery?
I think you should get like an eccentric one with like a glass ball at the top, and you can be like Maleficent and like set like spells on people with it.
I did look at them, but they're pretty pricey. And
Yeah.
this is hopefully temporary.
Yeah.
If
it
it's
was-
not, you should get one with
Yeah.
a ball at the end of it and be Maleficent.
Yeah. What
Pretty
about you all? What are you up to? Have any of you aged 40 years in 2 days?
all the time. All the time. I don't know. So I went to a water park last weekend and that was really fun. I think, it's funny because, Bill and I are besties, but I'm quite sure that my love of public pools is his worst nightmare.
Oh God.
You don't
I
like
hate-
public pools?
I hate, yes. I
Oh,
just, and people are like, why? And I'm like, name something. And they're like, the kid, all of it, that.
the lazy river.
I do. Okay. The lazy river is the one thing I can tolerate.
Y'all, it's like our family's happy place is like all these like really trashy places. We like amusement parks and pools. Like we are just like it's germs and joy, y'all. Germs and joy.
I
You're
do
building
remember
up their immunity.
at the beginning of the summer, you were like, we're going for bougie summer. We're going to the public pool. And it was like, I don't know if that's bougie.
It'd be bougie if you joined a country club so that and use that pool.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
there's really nothing bougie about our experience.
And then
but
you
it
went to
was really
adventure.
fun.
You went to Adventureland a bunch.
Like-
Also not bougie.
Also not bougie.
Yeah, someone just died there. It's like, yeah. um, it's I just like I love going down. I think water makes me calm. I love water slides. I like warmth, too. I like warmth. I'm a Pisces. I don't know. Here we are. So it was delightful. Yeah, so I think I can handle winter for like another couple months because I got to hang out in a pool for a few days.
Nice.
How about you, Kim?
I bought a house since the last time I saw you guys on here. So this is my new basement. Isn't it nice?
Woo!
So
Yeah.
nice.
Nice basement.
Yeah.
So put together already.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've been working very hard at it, and I have been tackling like there's only 2 bedrooms still to paint, and I'm gonna do one. I sound like I have like an 8-bedroom house. I have a 3-bedroom home. I painted my room before the furniture came, and then I'm painting the guest room this weekend because I have guests coming next week, and the guest room is currently hot pink with white polka dots because the former owners they must have had 1,000 million things hanging in every bedroom. So I had to fill 100,000 million nail holes.
I
And
did see the picture of all of the nail holes you would fill
Yeah,
with like the
yeah.
pink spackle, right?
So so it dries white. So in the pink room, it looks like it looks like white polka dots everywhere, but not in like a fun way, and like someone just threw polka dots all over. Also, I don't want a hot pink guest room. So I will be painting that this weekend, and then I'll just have another room to paint, and then halls and stuff can be done whenever. So it's coming together. But I've been doing a lot of painting.
That's exciting. It's always so fulfilling, I think, to do projects like that because you can see it. Like, you can see it. It's rewarding to like see what you've been working so hard
There
on.
is something about like painting a room and then being like,
Because you can see that you did something. Well, and my aesthetic is very different from the former owners as well. So everything was like beige and brown before, and now everything is like grays and whites and greens and purples. But I did do something, and I will post pictures on my Instagram once the artwork shows up. And you might appreciate this, or you might be like, Kim, you're on acid. But I painted my bathroom what I thought would be a nice like light pink to go with all my gold accessories and my navy. I thought it would be a really like classy, fun, whatever. And when I got done, it looked like Barbie's dream house, but not in a way I hated. But I didn't want it to be a Barbie dream house bathroom. So I went online and I ordered 2 prints from the movie version of Bye Bye Birdie. And so now it will be my Bye Bye Birdie bathroom instead of my Barbie dream house bathroom. And it's going to look really fun when it's all done.
Good solution. Way to go, Kim.
Yeah.
That's some problem solving.
That is.
But it was very like, I looked at it when it was first all painted and I went, oh boy, this is pink, but not the hot pink that the guest room is. And I don't hate it. So I'm just accessorizing it a little differently.
I like it.
That's exciting. So much has changed in our lives, y'all.
I know.
Mhm.
That's fun. Congrats. on the house.
The whole world changed after Bachelor in Paradise.
How pink is it compared to Danielle's cardigan?
Similar, actually.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
pink.
That's,
Yeah.
I got a color right. That's a rare occurrence for my color blindness. Like,
So do you know the movie Bye Bye Birdie?
yes.
Do you know the pink costume that Anne Margaret / Kim McAfee wears when she's singing I've Got a Lot of Living to Do?
Yes.
That is the inspiration. And I ordered a print of that costume. And then I ordered another print with Conrad Birdie in his gold lame jumpsuit thing to bring in the gold. I'm very excited about it.
I love it.
Woohoo.
I should probably be an interior decorator, but whatever. I don't care.
I hear you and I has a wonderful major for that.
I heard I don't want to go back to college, so.
That's awesome. All right. So I feel like I should jump us into The Bachelor.
I mean,
So-
our fans are like, no, Jesus, keep talking about your very interesting lives. But
Please keep talking about swimming pools and bathrooms,
wait,
guys.
before that, Danielle has big podcast news that
Yes!
we should tell our tens of listeners.
All right. Tens of
Mom and
listeners.
Sue, listen up.
If you want to hear me talk some more, I launched another podcast called Plan Goal Plan, and it is about planning and setting goals, and it's really fun. Today's episode I sang terribly, and then I talked about how one time I ate about 10 pounds of Skittles in a month, and so that's the kind of goals I set, y'all. But yeah, so if you are someone that likes to set goals or plan, or you'd like to, and you could use some support, I take a very gentle approach to goal setting and planning that yeah, it should not stress you out that much. It should make life a little bit easier. So tune on in, find me. It's fun.
She uses a really good instructor voice the whole time.
She does.
You?
And then you're going to do downward dog, and you need to put your hands out.
It's
lift
awesome.
your hips.
I don't think this latest episode, I think I'm starting to figure it out.
Okay. No, it's awesome. I love it.
So I don't think that my voice is as weird, but it stinks because I think that my voice sounds the best on the first couple of episodes, but I had a sore throat and that actually sounds nothing like me.
You were channeling Joni Mitchell.
Nice.
Yeah. So, okay, The Bachelor. So my biggest question for y'all before we jump into the details is if you had to describe what you think this episode or this season is going to be like in one word, what would your word be?
Vanilla. I was ready. I was so ready. Vanilla.
Vanilla.
He is like, I've talked about this before. I'm pretty sure we're in a simulation and like non-playable characters. And he is like when the computer is like a couple, like it's an older computer. It's not running as fast. It's generating people and they're just like, fuck it, like kind of tall, I guess. Brown hair,
5 o'clock shadow.
Get really smiley, just agrees with almost everything. Yeah. Like personality, whatever, just throw it out there. Yep. Just make all the girls say he's tall. That's apparently he's tall.
Yeah. My thought is guest stars, because I feel like it's going to be such a dull season that they're going to have to bring in lots of alumni and
yeah.
other like people who have shows or movies coming out to help judge or whatever. Because if we already have an alum on the first episode, it doesn't bode well for the rest of the season. So I'm going to say we're going to see a lot of guest stars and not just random musicians that we're supposed to pretend we know who they are. I think it's just going to be a lot of guest stars.
Wyatt Dirks is playing. I love him.
So I think my word's decisive. I think that Zach is going to be surprisingly decisive, and we're all going to be shocked by this. So yeah. What are your thoughts on Zach? Let's talk about Zach before we get into. So I know that you think he's vanilla. Other thoughts about him as the Bachelor?
What is his job? I don't think they mentioned once what we know he's from Austin because they talked about that constantly. But
Tech
what does
executive
he
from
do?
Anaheim Hills, California.
Heck,
Originally
is-
born in Austin.
Okay.
Oh, so he doesn't even live in Austin?
What's his favorite color? Beige. What type of dog does he have? Lab.
Golden Retriever? No,
I'll say
I love
this.
Golden Retrievers.
Ford F-150.
I do think I like him better than Clayton.
Well, that's given. Clayton was so boring.
I mean, yes, Clayton was really boring. I don't think we feel like we know much about him.
Here's what I think the difference is, because I was thinking about this the other day. One, I am not a Sean Lowe fan. I think that guy's whole goal in life is to try to get famous. And he thinks he's funny, but he's not. But difference between Zach and Clayton is I felt like Clayton was acting and trying to be something. Like, I think he was trying to be wholesome Midwestern boy. And I think Zach really legitimately, that's who he is as a person. And it's like, I'd probably be good friends with him. He just is like, but you don't watch to have like the guy who sits in the cubicle next to you be on the show and be like, hey, nice enough guy. Yeah, maybe you should go on a date with him. What's he like? I don't know. He talks about fantasy football sometimes. Like, I just think that's who he is, which I
He
appreciate.
likes to go fishing.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Yeah.
He's watched Game of Thrones. Does he like The Sopranos? Yeah, sure. I guess.
He's a huge Office fan, I bet,
Yes.
too.
Yeah. Does he quote The Office? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, maybe. Yeah. So, okay. Do you think, so one thing that was really interesting about this first episode is that it wasn't the first time that some of the women had been introduced to us or to him. Do you feel like that changed the dynamics of things the first night?
Well, they've done that once before, didn't they?
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. They did it like, it was like, man, like 7 or 8 seasons ago, where they brought him on the rose ceremony, and like but that person got to pick, not America.
Okay.
So that was the difference. But I don't know if it changes anything. Yeah.
What I remember from the rose ceremony is that Brittany was the only one that wasn't looking exactly the same as the other 4 that were there. So it was like America would probably be confused as to who to vote for because 4 of them were the same person.
Yeah.
So maybe they voted for, and she was cool. I liked her, but maybe that's why they voted for her. They couldn't tell the others apart.
Well, I did think that it did get in some of the girls' heads that hadn't been introduced to him before. But I think that maybe they thought that would become a bigger deal than it actually did.
Mm-hmm.
So like, they played it up a little bit, but then it really didn't go anywhere.
Did any of those 4 that didn't get the rose at the rose ceremony, did any of them not make it to next week?
I think it was close with Kat, but he ended up choosing
That's
her
right.
last.
Okay.
And she's an interesting one. What do you all think about Kat?
I'm looking through the pictures.
She seemed intense.
Catherine Wong, right? From Chevy Chase, Maryland. Job, professional dancer. Doesn't say what type of professional dancing. Yeah, I thought she was interesting.
I thought that it was interesting that he ended up picking her, because I felt like he was kind of being decisive and just getting rid of people that he didn't feel like he could see anything with. And I have the hardest time imagining him actually choosing her at the end.
Yeah.
And so I was a little bit surprised by that. And that's where I was sort of like, ooh, is this like a producer pick? You know? Or, you know, is this like, oh, this is a fun person I feel comfortable with, so I'm gonna keep them on even though I know.
Yeah.
She loves living in New York City, is passionate about dancing, and enjoys a picnic in Central Park. Cheese and crackers in Central Park with Kat? Sounds like a dream.
That's the most generic thing you can do in New York City, is to have a picnic in Central Park.
I'd do it. I'd have me a picnic.
But if you lived there,
lots of cheese.
Yeah. She loves dogs, doesn't do dinner dates, and was a sailing instructor in high school. She dreams of sailing around the world. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. I would do that.
Yeah. She sounds too interesting for me. All right, guys, I'm going to reset. I am going to be a positive person the rest of the show. All right.
Though you're not part of the podcast to be positive.
I was gonna say, well, and then let's take that what you just said and reverse it, because can we talk about the crazy lady from North Dakota now?
Oh yeah.
I kind of liked her.
Madison?
Yeah, Madison.
One, I thought she was good looking. She did it for me.
Really?
I thought she was
Really?
cute.
I didn't think so.
And a lot of people, I bring that up because a lot of people online did not find her. Like, she got a lot of hate online. I thought she was really cute. But yeah,
I
man.
feel like she looks like she's my age and she's not. Like, poor girl's 26 and she looks like she should be having
You know, North Dakota is hard on people, I think.
That is true.
Because it is like below 40 below for 5 months of the year. So I feel like it ages you because the weather sucks so hard up there.
So I've gotten a little bit to the bottom of this, why she looks older. She loves Botox and laser treatment.
Ooh.
And so she says it like right in her thing. As a Botox loving laser treatment fangirl, I jumped into my first job in the aesthetic industry in 2017 with nothing but excitement.
Isn't Botox supposed to make you look younger though?
But you know, like when you see somebody who you're like, they've had a lot of, like, they've got the big lips, like the cheek injections, and you're like, I think in your mind, and I have this is not research evidence, this is just my own anecdotal. I think you start to assume age because you're like, well, they're correcting for aging when they get it done.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I think in some ways,
I just think it can change the lines, right? Like in your face a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I mean,
I get what you say. I stand by my statement. She looks 42 and I think she's attractive.
Well, you would be attracted to a 42-year-old because that is your age range. So that's okay.
Well, not in spirit. Right now I'm up in the 80s with my cane and my parking sticker.
What did she say? Oofta? Or like, what was it that she said when she introduced herself?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a thing. I say it, but that's a northern Midwestern thing for sure.
Yeah, I always thought it was a Minnesota thing, but
it's Minnesota, Wisconsin, North and South. But like, I say it, but
you're from North Dakota. We got to give you something.
I'll say this. I say oofta. I don't say oofta the way that she said oofta in her introduction.
How did she say it?
I don't remember, but I remember being like, ooh, like that felt weird to me.
She said the very Minnesota, like, oofta.
Oofta. Oh, oofta.
Oofta.
Do you say oop? Because I say oop all the time.
Oop.
Oop. Sneak right past you.
You think that you don't say oop and then you hear yourself say oop all the time.
I know I say it all the time.
We
Me
our
too.
jujitsu team can like train with another team that wasn't from here, and it was like you could hear all of our guys like running and like if you were quiet, oops, sorry, and it's like
Oops,
dude,
sorry. Oops,
what?
sorry.
Hey, and you can hear oops, just get squeezed by you.
Yep.
Lots of apologies follow the opes.
Yep.
Oh, so who else do we need to talk about? Or did you have more to say about Madison? Did you want to talk about the final break?
I was impressed that she went assertively to him and tried to like get him interested in her. I was embarrassed on her behalf when it was very clearly not reciprocated and she kept going. And then I was really embarrassed on her behalf when she was like, he's the love of my life. I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, you've known him for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the love of your life. So I had all the colors of emotion with Madison.
Yeah. That was some good first episode drama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to talk about Greer.
Greer,
Mhm.
yeah.
So first off, there was a point where she was referring to herself in the third person, which is always a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
She is a bold, hilarious woman who isn't afraid of speaking her mind. She was born and raised in Houston, but took a risk and moved to New York City, where she loves living life to the fullest. She's loyal and confident and is looking for a partner who can keep up with her quick wit and big personality. She's a hopeless romantic and a sucker for a forehead kiss.
Does she also like eating cheese at Central Park?
She did not say that.
Okay.
She's never embarrassed. So I feel like Danielle and her are like kindred spirits. She loves a flea market.
Ooh,
And
me
you can
too.
tell a lot by somebody by how they order sushi.
Hmm.
I think she's gonna be a problem, y'all. She is
Oh yeah.
she is cute and she got a lot of personality, and I think she's gonna step on some toes.
It was interesting because I noticed the third person talk too and was kind of like, but she grew on me. She
Really?
grew on me.
I need more information about how you can tell a lot about a person by their sushi order, because now I'm gonna second guess every time I order sushi what it says about me.
I feel like that's something you just say, and you'd be like, well, what is this? Like, what if I order a California roll? She's like, oh, I know, it means like, ha, ha, ha. Like, I don't,
I'm a fan of that. Anytime someone can use food to categorize humans, like let's do this.
Okay, but I have to order like Meg Ryan and When Harry Met Sally, and it sucks and it's
Were you
embarrassing.
fake an orgasm?
Well, sometimes, but like
Oh, wrong scene.
just the like level of changing needed.
Gotcha.
And so if you saw me order, if you were with me at a table and you heard me order, you might think, holy Christ, this woman is high maintenance and I want to punch her in the face. And that's not true, except at restaurants ordering food.
I'm more of a judge on restaurants you go to and not the food you order. Like, I really like to they eat at Pizza Ranch. Like, we're never getting back together.
I've forgotten about your extreme disdain of Pizza Ranch.
We're keeping
Oh,
it positive
man.
though. If you eat at like Poncheros, we're friends. Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
did stop dating someone because he took me to Applebee's, so I absolutely get that.
Yeah. Applebee's is actually the Zach of restaurants.
That's great. We'll just have to keep like
Okay, I got another one. Can I bring up
Okay.
another person? I've taken over the show today.
That's
See,
all
I have
right.
an
I'm good for it.
administrator
I'm
heading
good
her-
for it.
All right, Gabby, the syrup girl.
Oh,
I liked her. Did you not like her?
shit.
Oh, I thought she was. I
No.
thought she was real. I thought she was cute.
I thought she had self-esteem problems.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And she was upset that he didn't like her maple syrup.
Oh, there was some disappointment. I think that she might have seen that as a sign that they could potentially be incompatible. I thought she was super cute though.
But what if the one fun, funky personality trait of Zach is that he eats his pancakes and waffles with peanut butter instead of maple syrup. So he wouldn't like maple syrup no matter where it came from because he's not a maple syrup guy.
Star-crossed rom-com in the making here.
You know, I had a lot of concerns about Zach.
PB and maple.
What were you going to say, Danielle?
I had a lot of concerns about Zach's breath throughout the episode. I was just like, okay, this person like brought him coffee and then he drank some maple syrup. And I was just like, guys,
and then he eat meatballs.
Do you think maple
the meatballs
would maple syrup make your breath smell bad? I don't think that the coffee.
No,
flavor,
but combined with some of the other things, it makes for an interesting combo.
But Jesse said his breath was delightful at the beginning.
And that way I have respect because like I hate if I drink coffee and then someone stands close and talks to me. I'm really self-conscious about it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like was thinking about like that's where my brain went after she brought him the coffee that she said was from New York. I thought that was interesting. I was like, why would you say that? Or why wouldn't you just be like, I brought you a coffee?
Also, coffee beans aren't grown in New York. And do they roast them differently in New York City? I don't think they, like, what would make it different? It's probably from Dunkin'.
I understand it.
Go ahead.
I just didn't understand it. That's all.
It made me think of the scene from Elf where he's like, I found you the best cup of coffee ever. We did it, guys.
I love that scene. I feel like I bring that sort of intensity when other people see something. I've got like some strong Elf.
It's one of my favorite things about you. Like it is just like, yeah. The other one, the Iowa chick.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
With Henry the pig.
How much do you know about Mercedes, Kim? Tell us everything.
So I did a little deep dive on her Instagram. Yeah. And I am now following her on Instagram. She's the only one of this current cast that I'm following right now. And here my topics of discussion are threefold. One, can we stop with only portraying Iowa as Hicksville farm country USA? Like we are not just farmland.
Yeah.
We are trying to be better, although our state government...
There's someone in the field out behind my house.
Ah! As the person on the Zoom call right now who actually grew up farmland with farming relatives and father, I can tell you that we are more than pigs and tractors and crystals riding around shirtless in Arlington. Two, she is beautiful and her Instagram is chock full of her. I think she must be doing some modeling because her Instagram is full of like modeling poses and stuff. And then three, she definitely was a sorority girl at Iowa State. I don't know if she graduated from Iowa State because I didn't see any graduation pictures, but I saw a lot of sorority pictures.
She went to Middle Tennessee State.
Okay, so she must have transferred. Mm-hmm. But she started at Iowa State. And for that, I love her, as I'm sure Bill might like her a little bit too as a fellow alum. But from what I can tell, she grew up on the family farm with her dad and stepmom, and then two little, like, she's got little brothers. So, I'm kind of all in on her. I want to see how far she gets because I thought her intro was unique. Even though it was with a pig because Henry was adorable. And then she seemed pretty chill the whole night and she didn't seem to cause too much drama yet. There's still time for drama, but I'm all in on Mercedes. I want to see how far she gets.
You know, Kim, there has been a good amount of Iowans on The Bachelor. So, I'm just saying.
So when they do Senior Bachelor, I should submit my name if they ever do it so that I can go on Senior Bachelor. Is that what you're telling me?
I was just thinking regular Bachelor, but if you want to put
I'm too old for regular Bachelor.
I did hear like a funny joke. I can't remember if it was in the book that I was reading or what, but it was like about like having You have to be under 28 and have under a 28-inch waist in order to be in The Bachelor or something like
I'm
that.
out on both of those counts.
So having worked on a hog farm, that was not a hog that was going to market because
No, that's a pet. That's a family pet.
yeah, she shows them at the Iowa State Fair, is one of the things I found out about her. I can't figure out, it says she owns a nonprofit business, but I can't figure out what the nonprofit business
Isn't she 24?
That seems
That's
a
very
little-
impressive if you're 24 and you own a nonprofit.
but she graduated with general studies. So I thought that was interesting. But then she worked at a nonprofit. She's a food server. She worked at Nashville Angels. She was a case manager.
We're just reading her resume over here.
Found her on LinkedIn. I'm gonna see if she wants to be my friend. Make a match.
That's awesome.
Well, I will say that there doesn't I don't think we've really seen the crazy come out. But who do you think is gonna, besides we think Greer maybe, who do you think is gonna bring the crazy? I think Katie might bring the crazy. She
Ooh.
seemed very intense.
I have to remind myself of who Katie is.
She's the other girl. She's a girl from Austin who was like, we live in the same town. We should just get married.
Oh yeah.
Well, I do think that Christina is going to be. Christina is the blonde. I think she has a kid. She really likes to party.
Oh, Mandrell. Yes.
Yeah. I had such mixed feelings about her.
Mhm.
On one hand, she doesn't seem like someone I'd probably hang out with. But then I loved that when she had the same dress on as someone else, that she was pretty chill about it. She hyped the other girl up.
Mhm.
There's just things that I appreciated about her. I don't know if you saw this, but people were, I don't know if it's her, but that she looks like, or if it is her that's in the Taylor, there's a Taylor
She's
Swift
in Taylor
video.
Swift's, yeah, she's in
Okay.
Taylor Swift's
Oh,
video. I
Who is
saw
this?
that too.
Christina.
Christina, the only one that they said her last name. And my question, so her mom is sisters with Barbara Mandrell. They were part of the
Okay.
Mandrell sisters group. But that means that she didn't take she's using her mom's last name as an adult and not her dad's last name as an adult, probably specifically to have that family recognition. And she was the only one whose last name they said on the episode.
Elaine does that with my last name, but only when she's going to do something inappropriate.
Wise woman.
But she doesn't take your aunt's last name to do something inappropriate.
She might. I don't know. You don't know Elaine. Don't tell her what to do.
She has a whole other life under somebody else's name.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought that she's just interesting, and that even though I thought that she was pretty kind and friendly to the other women, there's just something about her confidence and her energy that I was like, ooh, I could see this stirring stuff up.
Yep.
I think Davia.
Yes.
I have no reason other than she's a pageant girl. She was a political science major and a public relations and advertising major.
So
and I just feel like,
think she's smarter than everybody
I think that's the
else
type of
there.
person that is just coming at, and she could live off oysters. So
She had my favorite dress of all the girls. I liked her dress the most.
Remind me what it looked like.
It was the white one with the the V-neck and the ruffles.
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of sparkle last night or Monday
that
night.
one poor girl, the first girl, went a little heavy on the sparkle. The computer.
She looked terrified.
I loved her. I thought she was awesome.
Who is that?
And
She was the
feel
first
her
girl
name
out of the
should
car.
be Anne from Arrested Development, because you're like, what's her name? Who is she?
Yeah.
Is it Jess?
Yes.
I thought that she was so interesting, and here's why. There's something kind of timid and introverted and sweet and felt way out of place
Yep.
in this franchise. But I also found that really I found her really interesting. Just not like there's something about her that's like this, like it didn't seem like she was wearing heavy makeup. I was just like, ooh, this feels different.
So
Mhm.
fun facts about Jess. Are you ready for him?
Yes.
Okay.
She is her favorite activity is playing with puppies. She doesn't leave the house without sunscreen, period, ever, period.
Good for her.
She could play bananagrams all day and never get bored. So I think you're spot on with this, Danielle. You've read it. She also is an e-commerce coordinator. And if I remember, they said her name and it sounded like a legit the name of her job. It wasn't like, when they're like they give them like a BS
Content.
name. Yeah.
Content creator.
Yes. I think like she actually is like technology, internet, like, yeah. I think she has a real job is what I'm saying. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the nerdy one.
she feels a little wholesome for this whole ordeal. So we'll see.
I also liked the dermatology nurse who had him put sunscreen on her.
Yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you, sunscreen. I like both of them promoting sunscreen. Safety first.
Man,
I dig
I
it.
didn't even think about the sunscreen too. That sunscreen mashed up with all the foods he ate.
Yeah.
He
He must have smelled terrible.
Did you see like people were posting, I guess like Madison had lost like 3 nails by the end of the episode. And they're like, what happened that night? And she
People
lost 3 of
really-
her nails.
People are amazing at what they are able to pay attention to, like what they bring up on the internet and notice. I'm like, wow.
It's tough stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
There was also like another issue around blackface. So one of the contestants,
I think it's Greer.
is it Greer?
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
I think, yeah, I haven't read enough about it to feel like I can talk about it with confidence on this episode, but I was kind of scrolling through and had seen that something had already emerged, and I was like, oh, come on, folks.
Well, as a middle-aged
Do
white
better.
man who just heard you say one sentence about it, I feel very qualified now to make some statements. Kick her off.
The quickest racist reveal in Bachelor history. Greer Blitzer.
I feel like,
Yes, it's Greer.
and then again, this is stereotyping and, like armchairing. She kind of had like sorority, college girl, like probably went to a lot of white trash parties, that type of stuff in college. I could be
I
wrong.
think she was pretty young. I mean, like I said, I haven't read, I like very quickly skimmed something and it's been a long day. So I've read a lot of things since then. But I think she was pretty young, and it has to do with like maybe a comment on Twitter or something like that she had made in response. So it wasn't like, at least it wasn't like she was engaging in blackface. I think that she was defending blackface, and I'm not sure that's what.
Yeah, she
But
argued in
also not
someone's
good.
replies about why it was wrong to get mad about an instance of a white person for wearing blackface. The students involved didn't even know what blackface was, so my point exactly, it wasn't an intentional racist act.
People really get hung up on intentions. Here's a quick lesson, folks.
Don't put blackface on.
Okay. And don't defend it.
And don't defend it.
Yeah.
Also, she is a Trumper, so I don't know if that changes your opinion, Bill.
It's like, she seems reasonable then. Never mind. She did graduate from the University of Mississippi with a bachelor's in business and marketing. So
The Ole Miss Rebels? Yeah, I bet she's super. Yep.
all right.
Anyone else? Man.
Nah. They all
The woman who does the childhood trauma psychiatry. I'm impressed with her. Charity?
Yeah.
Charity? I would like her to go far.
I always think that it's so interesting when people come on and they do have like legitimate careers. Because I'm always like, how weird is that to like go back you know, like with like Michelle after she was like on The Bachelor, you know, like how do you like go back and just do your regular job? I mean, it'd just be weird.
How do you do parent teacher conferences after the parents have all seen you like in a bikini making out in a hot tub with someone?
It feels like it would change things a little.
I agree.
And so I always wonder how people like go back to also these kind of like, you know, just normal jobs. It's fascinating. I hope they write a book about it and we can read it.
You guys should write the book.
There are so many. That reminds me that there are other things that happened. I'm forgetting her name. Somebody got engaged.
Hannah Ann.
Hannah Ann got engaged.
I don't know who that is, but I saw it on Instagram.
I don't know who Hannah Ann is either.
You would as soon as you saw her. She's like, which season was she on? Was it
Okay, Mom? This is like every conversation I have with Danelle. No, you know her. She was married
She was in kindergarten with your sister.
I bet I
well,
would.
Danelle, you are right, Danelle. You don't know
Oh, Hannah Ann Sluice. Yeah, I do know her.
Oh,
So
yes.
Oh,
that's exactly how the conversation goes with my mom, too. Like, yeah, no, you're right, Mom.
Back up. I just cheered myself out of my own chair. Then I guess, like, I don't know, people are, you know, Tyler, what's his name, made out with somebody, some mystery girl at some big celebrity's wedding.
Greg and what's her name are still going strong. From
yeah, Greg and Victoria.
Yeah.
nice.
I thought that one was gonna flame out real quick, but
I bet they
They'll always have Italy.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Oh my goodness, choices, folks, choices. All right, so what are your predictions? Do you have any predictions?
You know, this is the one where I'm gonna back off the like predictable vanilla thing, because the predictable vanilla thing would be he picks like the girl who likes him the best and they have 2 kids and he loses his hair at like 40. But I think he's not gonna find anyone.
Ooh. All
I
right.
predict he's not even gonna have anyone at the end. He won't ask anyone to be engaged at the end.
Interesting.
I have no evidence for that, but
I'm going to predict that he ends up with Greer because everyone ends up with the person that defends blackface on this terrible franchise's show. Maybe it is all about love and he ends up with a wholesome shy girl Jess.
My prediction is going back to my guest stars theme, and I feel like we're going to see Canada Blake this season.
Ooh, Canada Blake. Oh,
that is a bold prediction.
That's a great prediction.
Because he hasn't been on TV in like a year and a half. I feel like he's going through withdrawal. He needs to.
Do you think they'd bring on a woman from a previous?
I was just gonna say, I bet somebody from Bachelor in Paradise who didn't meet somebody. I predict they're gonna show up on the show.
What if the Dementor comes back this season?
She had a hero arc. She really redeemed herself. By the end of that, I was like, you know, Shanae seems like somebody who has a big personality, but also is very like, you know, she's there for her friends. And I feel like we all have somebody like that it's like, yeah, man, you don't want to go on like a 3-month vacation with them, but they're good, you know, they're loyal and you like to spend time with them. And
I think that Shanae has made herself more complex. I don't know if I go so far to say that she had a hero's journey, but I think
she gave herself more layers than we saw on The Bachelor.
Yes.
But I still think if she came back on this season, she would cut a bitch. I think she would be like, I'm here to win. You fools get out of my way.
she's a first ballot Hall of Famer for Bachelor franchise for me. First ballot. I vote her right in.
So just to let our listeners know, our plan for this season is to have an episode come out every other week. And so listen every other week, catch us. We'll be
Bi-weekly, semi-weekly. Every other week.
Bi-monthly, like every other week, folks.
This is how confused I get when the Victoria's Secret commercials come on and they're like biannual sale. And it's like, does that mean twice a year? Does that mean every other? Does that mean
why are you paying attention to the biannual Victoria's Secret sale, Bill?
Because I'm 80 years old. I have an injured knee and all I can do is watch TV right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens this season. Yeah. I don't have like a city to shout out to. Way to go, Cedar Falls.
I don't.
Iowa State. We've talked a lot about.
But hey, Danielle, if somebody wanted to download a goal setting thing, where might they download? I mean, is there any resources for an affordable price put together by a professor at a very renowned university?
Yeah, you could go to plangoalplan.etsy.com and check it out. There is, and if you're looking for love, there is, this doesn't work.
That was such a good segue.
Well, so I'm working right now on a couples goal setting planner that will be available on the Etsy site. And there's a Galentine's Day party planner. So if you want a cute Galentine's Day party planner, I think you can download it for under $5. So.
And I am a happy customer of Danielle's plan guide from Etsy, and I give it 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. Download it. I also had one of my employees on my team do it, and she's loving it too.
Yay!
Me too. I gave it as a gift for Christmas to several people. My mom.
Are you philosophical on my? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to imagine that it was actually just completely someone else.
Some other person who uses sloth themed pseudonyms for everything.
But yeah, y'all. So if you miss my voice in between episodes on The Bachelor, Bachelormania, you can listen to me twice a week on Plan Go Plan. So
yeah.
All right. We done here?
Have fun, y'all. Have a great
Good job, everybody.
Here.
Have a good 2 weeks. We will see you back. Bye.
You have been listening to Bachelormania with your hosts, Danielle Dick McGee, Kim Hanna,
and Bill Hennig.
All thoughts and opinions expressed on the show are solely those of the person who spoke them.
If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to the show, leaving a 5-star rating and review wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Also, please share with your family, friends, colleagues, and other ardent Bachelor fans.
If you have comments or questions you would like us to address on the show, you can email us at bachelormania@gmail.com.
Or on the Twitter with the handle @Bachelormania.
Thanks for listening.